business. This is highly recommended. This for all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here, but here's the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen them thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights that come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me. The numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers. Want the pick of the litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas going 8.
Today, it's Madden NFL football. It's week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Hi again, everyone. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They're halfway home, looking good, and a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders for their opening drive, and at the helm in his first year in silver and black, 6th season overall, Gardner Minshew.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Oh, that's a nice play there, and you see the fundamentals on display, down in and down out. Great hands, first step quickness, very similar to his father, who played in the NFL at a high level for a long time.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call through the offensive coordinator.
There he goes, right side. Down the right sideline. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Madison will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And Crosby has made a living off of making plays in the backfield, totaling an absurd 27 sacks and 45 tackles for loss over his last 2 years alone. Mad Max.
There he goes left side. And he will be taken down deep in Las Vegas territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 54 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Bengals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. (7-7) our score after 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Minshew. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. That is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Minshew. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 3rd and very short, I guess I'm a little surprised they tried to pop that to the outside.
They must have felt like there was just no space to run the ball inside and decided to go wide and hope they can just find a crack, find a crease, put your foot in the ground, and get upfield. Unable to get it done.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They'll drop to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. So we've reached halftime here in the Queens, past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action, set to begin the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
It fights him off. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the third down conversion. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us, Cincinnati. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's on his way, and they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 19-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Laube, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Minshew sets to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll get this all the way down inside the Vegas 20. A big play there for Cincinnati. 47 yards.
And there's not a quarterback in the league that will ever complain about having small receivers like a Tyreek Hill or a Cooper Kupp who can find a seam, have good vision, and get open. But when you're throwing downfield like this, you want a big, tall receiver who can go above the...
Touchdown, Bengals! A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Myers. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. Minshew not coming off. They'll try and go for it. On fourth down, Minshew. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep and trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. It's their quarterback with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. McPherson on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Looking to throw. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 19-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So the moment is finally at hand. What a season, CD. His 29th rushing touchdown of the year. No one in the history of the NFL has had more in a single season. And congratulations to him. What an achievement.
We certainly had the feeling early in the year, maybe week 2 or 3, where we talked to each other and thought this could really turn into something. But I don't know if either of us thought we'd get to this point. Maybe the best season ever by a running back in NFL history.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Minshew going to be intercepted for the third time. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Hands it off out of the gun. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Bengals, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.